And we are right now on the very competitive edge where organizations have to produce artifacts similar to the speed of AI responds. So the agility became much higher than it used to be at stake, right? So imagine that our organization can use technologies that offer these abilities and volumes to engage existing headcount to deliver more automation across the board. That's a beautiful, wonderful thing that we didn't have before.
Yeah. So, we've been evangelizing automation for 25, 30 years, and a lot of companies still aren't doing automation. How is AI any different? Like I always say, you can't make something automatable that wasn't created to be automatable or testable if you don't make it testable. Is everything AI-able? Costa, I don't know if that makes sense. Like regardless of a technology stack, is everything feasible to be used for AI testing, or does any legwork that has to be done for these organizations to be successful?
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, the short answer is yes. The long answer is more complicated. What we're seeing, and this is where probably a lot of the hesitation is with clients. We're seeing, as we see, typical in the consulting industry, and just in the industry in general, right? The world globally, there are issues, right? Issues are plentiful. I have yet to see, I've been in the game 30 years. I've seen over 400 clients, looked under the hood at their SDLC process. Everyone has issues, right? I have yet to see a 5 out of 5 implementation anywhere. So you're always going to find things that make it more difficult to AIify, to your point. And again, you can use, Alex will probably like this, but you can use AI to clean up some of those things, right? To a certain point. At some point, we hear the term human in the loop quite a bit. That's at this stage of AI, that's still necessary, right? You still have to have the human validation to say, did AI get it right? Right. So if you have requirements that are just in a poor state of quality, how are you going to how are you going to use AI to convert those? There's some prep work that needs to happen, right? To clean those up and get them in a state where you can do that. And again, it's the chicken and the egg, right? You can use AI to assist in some of those things to make that cleanup process a little more efficient.
I agree with Costa. And I think that's AI or not, guys. We're humans and we provide and produce for human, right? So at the end of the day, no matter how much we're going to automate, if there is no human at some point of the process, it's worthless, right? It's just a matter how complex process will be and where the human going to need the AI to review or assess or make some kind of involvement, right? Would you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the same thing, garbage in, garbage out. You could train AI on a bunch of garbage, you're going to get garbage AI results, and you're going to blame AI for not being good, just like you do now with tooling, right? So it's right. A tough one. So how do you set expectations then, Alex? I know what you tend to do, maybe I'm wrong, is a lot of people test AI maybe on toy applications where I think you actually do a hands-on demo with people to show how your technology actually works with their tech stack. Am I wrong? Is that some way to go to say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, see it to believe it. Of course. Again, I'm a big fan for adaptive evaluation. So this is why we have basically in the process a very simple 3-step process. First, we show you the demo, and you all saw the demo in exactly the same format that we showed it to you a while back. We're doing it for everyone, right? Second step we call it hibachi grill. We're going to automate right in front of you without any prep. If you can manually show us the process, any complex process that you have a problem with other tools, no one could pick it up. If you manually can go through that, we can automate it. No questions asked. This is how our object recognition algorithm is absolutely different from what is accepted in the world, right? I like to call it, instead of the crossover vehicle, we have a drone that doesn't need terrain. But nevertheless, if that's going to prove and you're on board, we're going to give you the opportunity to use it for 6 months and make a decision to keep it, or just walk away from the POC without paying. This is how confident we are that our solution is going to deliver, because our claim for fame that we automate as a seamless process any technology, and we automate it for either discipline for testing or RPA. My belief that we should not segregate the discipline. It's the same. Exactly. Automation for different purposes only. And basically, you should repurpose that within your institution, because enterprise is spending triple the amount of money for redundancy. There's so much redundancy in enterprise because the companies and teams don't talk to one another. They're replicating each one process with a different set of tools, with different methodologies, which is, in fact, is pretty much the same thing. This is basically my point of view. Did I answer your question? With ZAPTEST.AI, what used to take 10 specialists can now be accomplished by just 2. That's not theory. That's 80% process cost reduction proven in enterprise deployments. The other 8 team members aren't idle. They're free to tackle new initiatives, expanding automation across your organization. This is the power of autonomous agentic automation.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Costa, Alex pushes a lot to how AI can make you do more, not replace testers and make them do more testing. But you did mention the MIT study where they say most initiatives are failing. With your framework, how do you get the right things done and then get more done on top of it, but doing the right things? I don't know if that makes sense, but I think there's Alex mentioned you could probably do what with 2 people, what 10 people are doing now. But it seems like people don't even get what one person is doing right now. So how do you get there, scale it in that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where a lot of the hesitation is in enabling clients to visualize that, how, and connecting those dots, right? How that can actually happen. Really, the best way is to jump right in, right? And I hear a lot of like the most successful projects I see are the C levels, again, whether it's the CEO, CIO, whoever the primary decision maker is. I hear the magic words I hear is let's jump right in and fail fast, right? So that's where and they literally have the expectation that this is not going to work. This is not going to scale. We're just going to do a 90-day POC. And our goal is to learn a few things, right, out of that POC and nothing else, right? There's no expectations other than what did we learn from this? Did we learn, is AI good? Is this is the platform that we chose to do the POC? Is it maybe just that it's the wrong platform? AI is for us, but maybe it's, the wrong platform, right? Those are the kind of questions they're looking to answer, nothing beyond, what you're talking about, which is replacing people or, at this point, it's just everyone is trying to learn. It's all about discovery and exploring the potential of these platforms. And there's so much happening so fast. That's the other thing is compared to the internet. That's where there's been a lot of analogies of AI compared to something as revolutionary as the internet itself. If you look at the growth, right, of the internet itself and where it became and e-commerce and all of those things, everything is so compressed with AI. It's literally, there's significant changes happening on a weekly basis. It's not, years and years and years like the internet. It's so quick. So there's something that you learned last week may no longer be relevant. And I think that's why we're seeing some of the hesitation and a lot of this experimentation and exploration.